So we had a couple of pretty awesome trailers drop yesterday, and let me just give you my quick thoughts on those. First up, we had a new trailer for Game of Thrones Season 6. Oh my god, end of April, get here already, because this trailer just made me want to watch even more Westeros action. You get to see a little bit more of all our favorite characters, you get to see a lot of our hated characters. Bolton. You get to see Tyrion be witty as hell about saying like, all I do is drink and know things. And a possible hint that maybe he's, I don't know, Targaryen blood, and he's talking about, you know, the downside to basically blackfishing dragons. And I mean blackfish as in the documentary Blackfish, not the badass soldier Blackfish. So who knows, maybe that'll be kind of a hint. Is that the way the books are kind of going? I don't really know. I've just heard that rumor that he might be a long-lost Targaryen. And Kit Harington, again, trolling the audience by saying, oh yeah, I'm totally in Season 6. As a corpse. But who knows, maybe he will have a surprise resurrection, but wouldn't that just be kind of the pisser if, yeah, the majority of your Kit Harington scenes in Game of Thrones, he's just there lying on a funeral pyre. Hey, speaking of corpses that will finally get to do something, it looks like we might have more White Walker stuff heading our way and actually build up to this all-out war that we've been kind of calling since the very beginning. Winter is finally coming. A little bit of Sansa Grey swearing vengeance on that asshole Bolton. And yeah, maybe Tyrion gets flambéed by an imprisoned dragon. Who knows? But I just can't wait. Again, you gotta tune in with me and do a little game of booze. That'll be some fun, folks. Let's get this party started. On another front, a half-shell party will be in the mix as we got a new trailer for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. Now, here's a comic book property that I have no qualms with it being stupid, because it originated from a very silly and dumb premise, and it's always had this kind of wackiness to its own world rules. So, you know what? I was okay with the first Ninja Turtles reboot movie, and this one just looks to be even more insane and more fun. And it looks like the Turtles will actually be the focal point now instead of Megan Fox's April O'Neil. Because in this trailer, we spend a hell of a lot more time with the Turtles. From them battling ninjas to kind of the background of a rejuvenated Shredder and his creation of Bebop and Rocksteady through Tyler Perry Baxter Stockman. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Bebop and Rocksteady look okay. I mean, you know, yeah, they look cartoony, but I mean, when you're basing it off of a comic book and cartoon about anthropomorphic turtles, you know, the Uncanny Valley is going to get tested a couple of times. And it looks like they're going to be taking squabbling within the team to a different area now, as it looks like one of the big things, or one of the big themes that the Turtles are going to be wrestling with in this film is their desire to blend in with everybody else and to be human. That was about the only part in the trailer I was like, alright, is this going to be our unnecessary drama for unnecessary drama's sake? The fact that the Turtles somehow come up to the conclusion that, hey, this purple goo that I'm guessing mutates Bebop and Rocksteady, Donatello comes to this pretty, it's a bit of a stretch of a hypothesis that if purple goo, purple ooze can turn humans into animals, well, it serves a purpose that it can turn animals into humans, right? And it shows that scene of him dripping a little bit on his hand, and all of a sudden it goes from 3 fingers to 5 fingers. I don't know, maybe that's something in the actors' contracts that like, okay, we'll be back for another Turtles sequel, but god damn it, we're not going to be in mocap suits for the whole thing. Can you at least give us at least a scene or two of us just as ourselves? But, you know, that's whatever changes they go through in this movie, that's not going to last because, you know, Turtles, man. Even in the wacky rules world of Ninja Turtles, I'm still trying to figure out how Donatello's thinking purple goo can turn you from a mutant turtle into a regular human as opposed to a regular turtle. And a little bit of casting news that wasn't really exemplified so much in the trailer, but I'm just kind of like, you know, laughing a little bit about, is the fact that Fred Armisen from Saturday Night Live and Documentary Now is going to be playing the voice of Krang in this movie. I think he could probably do a pretty good job of imitating Pat Fraley's voice as Krang from the series, just so long as Krang at no point shows up with timbales and a Spanish accent. Ay, Dios mío. Come to think of it, why aren't I the voice for Krang? So those were your trailers, a little Game of Thrones action. Again, I can't wait to kick off my Game of Booze series again. And a little Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, I believe coming in June. So at least we'll get all turtle action a little bit earlier this year, which, you know what? I'm not expecting a lot of things or not a lot of great things from Ninja Turtles. Just be entertaining on some level for me and don't make me depressed. Like a certain superhero film a couple weeks ago did. I'll get over that eventually. Suicide Squad, win me back with a promise ring.